Let's talk Bulldogs 2024 season to start with before we get into their season preview. 14 wins, 10 losses. I suppose the ultimate, wrap was the Dalian Centre and Captain of the Year for 2024, Stephen Crichton. And the way that he just shaped this Bulldog side, who were averaging 35 points a game the year before, and they cut that just about in half to 18 points a game.
Yeah, well, that was their strength.
Yep.
They were taking and that was Cameron Ciraldo too. He'd obviously been at the Panthers, so he knew their system. They bought into it last year, and as Shawnee has said, it was quite a disappointing end to their season. You know, they had a chance to finish top 4, and they went bang, 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 and out the back door. I suppose now they know they've got the team to do it, because remember we were making fun of them saying they've signed all these utilities, but they did sort of play that way. They were a mobile pack, pretty quick through the middle, and now they know they can mix it with the big boys. I think they can go one better. I think they can get in the top 4.
Wow.
I feel that they're a top 4 side now.
Yeah, okay. Well, Shawnee said that. Shawnee said that.
I do like them. I like the way that they're very close-knit side. Because you get a bit of a feel when you do these pre-season interviews, and they had Crichton. When Stephen Crichton went in, they all sort of, because we were mucking around. It was me and hiding that we had a few of the scallywags and we're chatting around, and Critter walked in, didn't say anything,
no,
and they just sort of dropped back a level. So they've got that respect already. Viliami Kikau was huge for him last year, so there was a bit of a query on their halves, but I think the sex on legs is the one, because they had the answer there, who was filling in for a little while.
Bit of a bumbling start, so there was no real belief. They'd won one game in the first 4, and then round 5, I think it was torrential rain, wasn't it? They beat the Roosters.
They came out and pumped the Roosters in the first half.
Yeah, and then Roosters sort of rallied home, but that was a big win. Then they just about got the Melbourne Storm. They flogged the Knights, had the bye, beat the Tigers, pushed Penrith, and then belief was there, and away they went.
Look, they base their game on defence, and it's obviously coming from the coach, but they've got some out-and-out superstars, like Matty Burton. Like, he was unlucky not to play Origin, I thought, last year.
Oh, absolutely.
So he's another year older, more comfortable in the 6 jersey. No Fox. They've lost the Fox. Who have they gained? I know Satilli went there, but who else is their gains?
I'll get to that in a sec, but I'll tell you, just to wrap up how they finished the year. So, well beaten by Manly in the penultimate round, smashed by the Cowboys at Accor, 44-6. That was a bad one.
Well, we were thinking, I remember at the time thinking, they got the one eye on next week.
Crichton didn't play that game.
But he was suspended, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. And then it was a great game. That was a great game. That final, Manly and Canterbury, that was a crack. You know what? Canterbury fans, whilst the last 2 rounds weren't that impressive, that last final, they were very good. I don't think there was too many Bulldogs fans so upset.
Was it 22-20 or something?
22-24.
22-24.
But it was a great game, an absolutely great game. So let's talk about the ins and outs for the Bulldogs. Montoya,
of course,
has joined them. So they lose the Fox. They lose him. They also pick up Tomamone from the Lee Leopards, who was formerly...
Was he in relation to the kid at the Dragons?
I think that's where he was from.
That's the Amone that he got in strife, didn't he?
Tom Amone. Oh, not the halfback.
No,
not the halfback. Satili Tupanua.
Good get.
Great get. Anari Tuala.
Because he can play through the middle.
Anari Tuala's just sort of sneaking around, having a big career, isn't he? And this young kid, Zion Mai'uu for the Warriors. Jarrell Skelton, they lose him. So this kid's another good pickup for the Tigers. Not saying he can do an Alamotti, but they let Alamotti go, the Bulldogs, and look what he did. Starring game in the grand final. Joash Papali'i's the young fullback. And, well, Josh Addo-Carr is really the main one. Hayes Perham has gone to the Broncos. I wasn't aware of that. And Zane Tedavano has been released. Puasa Farmasili has retired. Bulldogs CEO Aaron Warburton, he was on Mornings with Matt White last week, and he had this to say about the Doggies recruitment for 2025.
Nali and Marcelo have just really added a nice level of depth in the back line. We've got a number of kids who have come through to complement the likes of, Blake Wilson and Carraz and just that probably an area of the park where we were a little underdeveloped, as we were in the front row. So the guys came ahead and leaps and bounds in 24. But to bring got a little bit of size into the pack with Tom. Has definitely stood out. And then just the professionalism of Satili. He didn't take long to get straight into it after the season he had coming across from the Roosters. And, yeah, he's been really, pleasantly surprised with just how the club's approached the off-season. And, none of them look out of place.
They were the team who used to get flogged Canterbury, but they're back now, aren't they? Leo Thompson, the signing for 2026.
Young Hayward too, young Bailey Hayward. He's another year experience.
Yep.
I thought he was really good for a tough kid.
Where they were good,
plays tough.
There's a strong correlation last year, Brian, with support plays. Penrith were easily first.
Yeah.
Bulldogs were third, so they're very good in that department. Where they weren't so good is, again, a good correlation to the better teams. Post-contact meters. So those players who engage and then just keep getting off the back fence and going, they were third last as a team. Only 2 players in the top 50. Who do you reckon those 2 players were average post-contact meters per game?
So say that again, sorry.
So 2 players only in the top 50 from Canterbury.
Yeah.
Who averaged per match run meet, like high run meters.
Okay. Are they forwards?
No.
Are they backs?
I mentioned Skelton's one of them. Who's got?
Was he?
Yeah, he was one of them. And who's the other one?
Critter?
Kiraz.
Kiraz.
So Joshy Curran was good in that department as well, but that's my concern. Maybe you get a bit of that with Satili Tupanua and
I think he'll play more in the middle.
Satili will.
Yeah, I feel that because they're a bit light up there in the middle.
And Ryan Sutton's back too, isn't he?
Is he?
I think Ryan Sutton's. Yeah, I believe he's back.
I like young Moran. He's a
goer, isn't he?
He's just the energy officer.
He's like a Kobe Hetherington, isn't he?
He just comes off and goes mad.
Yeah. Okay, so you're settling top 4, are you?
I'm going top 4.
Could play in a grand final?
I'm going top 4. If you get the top 4, anything can happen.
Could Burto get top points for it?
Can Burto? Well, we were on Critter last year, weren't we, at 50s?
Anyway, what do I think? I don't know. I still think they're a year away. I think they do basically what they did last year.
5th
or 6th. They'll have a home final in that second sort of division down.
Okay.
I think. Could be wrong. Bulldogs fans, what do you think? What do you think about all of that? The Fox, of course, he's a big out. We'll see how that plays out. Jamin Salmon had a good year last year too. What
about the man? Is the Kurt Mann there?
Kurt Mann. Yeah, they missed him late last year. He's still there.
Yeah, that wrist injury.
Yep.
He was good back end.
He certainly was.
Yeah, I'm top 4 for me.
Okay. Bronson Cherry, of course, a big comeback player last year as well. You're listening to The Run Home with Joel and Fletch on SEN. What, you're still here? Well, you can see more on the Joel and Fletch socials and catch us live on SEN Radio, you beautiful humans.